Let's return now to our top story, the U.S. vice presidential debate. And Shihab Rattansi is at the debate in Farmville, Virginia, and joins us live from there. Hi, Shihab. What stood out most to you here? And were there any surprises?
Only on foreign policy, on domestic policy, frankly, it was everything we expected. They just repeated campaign slogans. Perhaps the only surprise was how snippy Tim Kaine was. On foreign policy, though, there was some news potentially made. First of all, Governor Pence laid into Russian President Vladimir Putin and his foreign policy in Ukraine, calling Vladimir Putin a small, bullying dictator, for example. Donald Trump in the past has praised Vladimir Putin. But then on Syria, now this seemed significant. Governor Pence said that he agreed with the setting up of a no-fly zone in Syria. That's something Donald Trump has not said. He did initially say he supported Gulf nations setting up some kind of no-fly zone, and then he switched his tune and he said, you know what, he supported the Russian bombardment of Syria, which suggests a no-fly zone. And in fact, he said he wouldn't go after Bashar al-Assad's military. Now, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff told the Congress just a few weeks ago that if the U.S. was to institute a no-fly zone, it would take a massive deployment of U.S. power, both at land, air and sea. It would mean great bombardment of Syria, including all of Bashar al-Assad's air force and air defenses, and potentially risk conflict with Russia. This is a policy that Hillary Clinton and the neoconservative wing of the Republicans have long actually supported, it's reported, but it's not something Trump has supported. So we talked to the campaign managers after the debate. Hillary Clinton's camp seized on this. Donald Trump's camp, well, they just blamed Barack Obama for what Mike Pence said.
Secretary Clinton has for a long time been in support of a no-fly zone, been in support of setting up safe zones within Syria. We've never heard Donald Trump say anything about a no-fly zone. Maybe Mike Pence supports that, but that again is what is troubling about what we saw tonight. Mike Pence and Donald Trump were not in alignment. Mike Pence did not have Donald Trump's back. This is a perfect example where he just came out with his own policy and did not defend the positions that Donald Trump has already taken.
The Democrats are saying that Governor Pence is making up foreign policy on the fly, especially on both as regards to Mr. Putin and as regards a no-fly zone in Syria.
What would you expect them to say after the disastrous debate performance that Senator Kaine had tonight?
So Trump would take a hard line against Putin. He would support a massive bombardment of Syria?
Did I say that?
Well, that's what Pence was saying.
No, listen. The disaster that has been created in Syria under President Obama and his Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's watch will be solved under the Trump-Pence administration. They will first of all do peace through strength. They will create these safe zones, and he already talked about that tonight.
But a safe zone takes tens of thousands of troops, according to the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and a massive bombardment.
Right, so you should tell President Obama that because he's doing a horrible job in Syria.
So that's all we heard from Kellyanne Conway, but then she did pivot slightly in an answer to another question, saying, well, there are differences on every ticket, and pointed to differences between Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton over abortion and theoretically over the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which suggests that Pence may have been making this up. This isn't something that Trump had sanctioned, but then we've heard Trump say in the past that if he was elected president, the vice president would be in charge, or at least this is what's been alleged, he said to others, John Kasich, that the vice president would be in charge of domestic and foreign policy. So it may be significant, it may not be significant. Donald Trump may deny it all, he may not, but that seemed to be the most eyebrow-raising moment in the debates, at least from foreign policy.
Okay, Shihab, thanks very much indeed for that. Appreciate it. Shihab Rattansi there live for us from Farmville, Virginia.